An excavator roared onto my ranch, steel claw smashing, shattering my barn at Thornton Acres. Sylvia Harrington, red shirt, fake county order, screamed my land was hers to crush, defying my family's Texas legacy since 1979. HOA Karen thought could bulldoze my dream, my 12 acres of grit and cattle. She was wrong, fatally wrong, and her lies were about to cost her millions. Before we dive in, hit that like button to support this wild ride. Thanks for being awesome. It was a crisp Texas morning on my ranch. Thornton Acres, 12 acres of land I'd carved out in the hill country. I was up at dawn, coffee mug steaming in my hand, feeding my 40 head of cattle. The air smelled of grass and earth, the kind of morning that makes you feel alive. I'm Caleb Thornton, 45 years old, a rancher who built this place from nothing but scrub and grit. My barn, a sturdy oak structure I'd raised over 6 years, was the heart of it. Every nail, every beam, a piece of my soul. But that morning, trouble rolled in, and it wore a red shirt and black pants. I was checking water troughs, planning to mend a fence, when a deep rumble hit my ears. Heavy machinery. Too close. I thought it was construction at Oak Ridge Estates, the fancy resort community next door. But the sound grew louder, vibrating through my boots. I rounded my house, and my heart stopped cold. A massive excavator loomed by my barn, its steel arm swinging toward the wood I'd cut and hauled myself. "Hey, stop!" I shouted, sprinting across the dirt, my voice cracking. "What the hell are you doing?" The operator, a burly guy in a hard hat, killed the engine, climbed down, and shoved a crumpled paper at me, avoiding my eyes. "Sorry, pal," he mumbled. "County orders? This barn's a hazard." I scanned the document, official-looking letterhead, dense legal jargon, and at the bottom, Sylvia Harrington's signature, Oak Ridge HOA president, dated 3 weeks ago. No notice, no warning. My barn, my life's work, was about to be rubble. Before I could speak, Sylvia herself appeared, strutting across my land like she owned every inch. Her short blonde hair bounced, her red shirt tight over a chubby frame, her black pants straining against a noticeable belly. "Good morning, Caleb," she said, her smile sharp as a blade. "This is for Oak Ridge's aesthetic. Your barn's an eyesore. It doesn't fit our resort vibe." I gripped the paper, jaw clenched. "Sylvia, this is my land, farmland for decades. You've got no right here." Her smile stayed cold, unyielding. "Not anymore, Caleb. Oak Ridge is elevating standards. Your rustic setup drags our property values down." That's when the excavator roared back to life. I stood frozen, helpless, as the arm smashed through my barn's roof. The sound was sickening, splintering wood, groaning metal. My cattle lowing in panic from the paddock. 6 years of sweat, $40,000 in lumber, gone in minutes. My 40 head of prime Texas beef crowded into a muddy pen. Their shelter, now a pile of debris. Sylvia watched, arms crossed, her smugness burning through me, her belly pushing against her red shirt. "Progress, Caleb," she said, turning away as the operator finished the job. I stared at the wreckage, my herd's cries cutting through the dust. I knew 7 cows, already weak, wouldn't survive the stress. I'd have to sell 12 more, dirt cheap, to save the rest. My dream, my ranch, was bleeding out, and Sylvia smiled like she'd won a war. I called Nate Wheeler, a county plumber who knew Oak Ridge's pipes like his own veins. "Nate, they demolished my barn. No warning. Sylvia's signature. What do I do?" Nate's voice was heavy. "That's her game, Caleb. Oak Ridge has been pushing out farmers. Her HOA calls the shots. Get a lawyer. Check your deed. She's playing dirty." I pulled my deed from a lockbox and spread it on my kitchen table, hands shaking. "Thornton Acres, 12 acres. Clear title. No HOA jurisdiction. But Sylvia's letter claimed my barn violated county codes. I called Clara Holt, a lawyer I'd met at a cattle auction. Clara, Sylvia's HOA just crushed my barn. Fake county order. Can you help? Clara's tone was fierce. Send the letter, your deed. Any proof. Sounds like fraud. Maybe conspiracy. I'll check Oak Ridge's permits. I emailed the documents. My gut churning. By evening, my phone lit up. A Crestwood social media post from Sylvia. Photos of my barn's ruins. Captioned. Cleaning up Oak Ridge. This hazard's gone. Preserving our resort charm. Comments flooded in. Rich newcomers cheering. Finally, no more farm stink. My ranch. My home. Was their punching bag. The next day, chaos took hold. My cattle, crammed into a paddock meant for 10, were panicking. 2 were down, stressed, eyes wild. I worked sunrise to sundown, hauling water, rigging tarp shelters. But the damage was done. By nightfall, 3 more were gone. I sat in the ruins, hands trembling, losing animals I'd raised like family, losing everything. Then Sylvia hit again. A certified letter arrived. A $3,000 fine for environmental pollution, claiming my cattle's runoff poisoned Oak Ridge's resort lake. I laughed. Bitter. My land's uphill. Water doesn't flow that way. But the letter had Sylvia's name and a county seal that looked wrong. I sent it to Clara. She's framing me. Clara says my ranch pollutes their lake. Clara replied quick. Fake seal. Caleb. County's got no record of that fine. Sylvia's forging documents. Keep everything. We're building a case. By noon, another blow landed. Sylvia's HOA cut my access to the community well. My lifeline in dry spells. My shallow well couldn't support 25 cattle. Down from 40. I started hauling water 50 miles round trip and burning cash I didn't have. My truck guzzling gas like it knew I was broke. At the feed store, old buddies turned cold. Cash only. Caleb, they said, citing HOA complaints. Sylvia wasn't just killing my ranch. She was erasing me from the town. Nate texted, Sylvia's holding an HOA meeting. Calling you an eco-terrorist. Says your cattle poisoned the lake. I'm sneaking in. Recording. That night, Nate sent a clip. Sylvia's voice dripping venom. Her red shirt bright in the video. Caleb Thornton's reckless ranch threatens our lake, our homes, our children. Property values are plummeting. The crowd roared approval, voting to protect Oak Ridge. I forwarded it to Clara, heart sinking. She's turning them against me. Clara. Clara's voice was steel. She's overreached. Caleb, that's defamation? In her lake? I'm digging into its permits. Something's fishy. Get photos of your cattle, the ruins. We need proof. I spent the next day documenting, snapping shots of my herd, the splintered barn, the muddy paddock. My phone buzzed. Nate again. Caleb, Oak Ridge's lake. It's fake. Fed by pumps I maintain. Emergency valves are on county land, and you're still authorized to operate them. From your old county job. My breath caught, mind racing. A decade ago, I designed Oak Ridge's water system. Pumps, pipes, valves. That lake, Sylvia's crown jewel, relied on a drainage valve I could legally open. Nate, you sure? I can drain it? Nate's reply was fast. Check county records. Your name's on valve access. Sylvia's hosting a real estate gala by the lake. Next week, investors, bigwigs, perfect stage. I dug out my old county badge. My name listed as valve operator. Never revoked. Clara called. Voice intense. Caleb, I found dirt. Oak Ridge's lake has no environmental permits, and Sylvia's dumping waste to save cash. If we expose it, she's toast. Can you confirm? I stood in my paddock. I hand on a cow's flank. Clara, I've got a valve key. and a plan. Sylvia's gala. I'm crashing it. Nate swung by, grinning. That lake's her pride. Caleb, drain it during her gala. Investors'll see the truth. I've got logs showing her waste dumps. I nodded. Resolve hardening. Sylvia took my barn. I'm taking her lake and her lies. As dusk settled, I sat among my cattle, their soft lowing steadying me. Sylvia's finds. Her demolition, her lies, aimed to break me. But I wasn't just a rancher. I was the man who built her lake's veins, and I could bleed it dry. The valley stretched quiet, my key in hand, ready for justice. I called Clara, my lawyer. As I checked my cattle, Clara, Sylvia's called an HOA meeting tonight. Says I'm an eco-terrorist. Her fine's fake. And Nate says I can legally drain her lake. What's our move? Clara's voice was sharp, eager. She's slipping. Caleb. The fine's forged. No county record. That's fraud. Maybe conspiracy. The valve access? Gold. If your authorization's current, send me the fine, Nate's tip, and barn photos. We'll hit her at the meeting. And I snapped shots of the wreckage, my herd crammed in a muddy paddock, and emailed them. Heart steady. She's turning neighbors against me. Clara, what's next? Clara laughed. Cold. She's overplayed. Caleb. Her eco-terrorist claims defamation. Another charge. I'm digging into Oak Ridge's lake permits. Something's off. Bring your deed tonight. We'll expose her. My phone buzzed. Nate texting. Sylvia's posted again. Says your ranch breeds disease. Chen's got a $400 fine for their fence. Ready to talk? Meet at my place? I headed to Nate's coffee in hand. His garage was a mess of pipes and tools. A war room for our fight. Mr. Chen sat with a stack of HOA notices. Sylvia fined our fence $400. Said it's on her land. Our deed says it's ours. Mrs. Chen added, voice shaking. She took our garden, called it common area. We paid to avoid trouble. I took their papers. Gut twisting. She's hit everyone. Hasn't she? Nate nodded, pulling up Sylvia's post. Photos of my cattle. Captioned, Oak Ridge threatened. Thornton's filth endangers us. Comments piled up. Get rid of him. Save our lake. Nate scrolled to an HOA email. Sent to all residents. Emergency meeting tonight. Addressing C. Thornton's violations. Protect Oak Ridge. I forwarded it to Clara. Jaw tight. She's rallying them. Clara, to push me out. Clara replied fast. Every lie's evidence. Caleb. That post slander. Bring the Chen's fines. And your deed. We'll turn her meeting into her trap. By noon, I was hauling water. And 50 miles round trip. My truck burning gas I couldn't afford. Sylvia's well cut off had left my 25 cattle thirsty. My shallow well failing. At the barn ruins, I found a new sign. Hazard zone, nailed to a splintered beam. I photographed it, suspecting Sylvia's hand, and checked my cameras. Nothing yet. But I wasn't blind. I called Nate. Sylvia's planted signs. Calling my land a hazard. Got more dirt? Nate texted. Found an HOA budget. $60,000 to Carver Enterprises. Sylvia's company. For consulting. No receipts. Meet me. Bringing Emma. Emma Ruiz. A former HOA clerk. Arrived at Nate's with a folder. Nervous. I worked for Sylvia, till she fired me for questioning fines. Kept these. She handed me papers. Forged HOA. Minutes. A fake survey claiming my barn encroached 10 feet. Signed by a county official dead since 2016. I stared at the signature. Heart racing. She's forging dead people's names. Emma? Why risk this? Emma's voice trembled. She fined my dad $600 for his mailbox. Said it's HOA land. You're fighting her. I'm in. I took the folder, promising to protect her. Send digital copies to Clara. We need you at the meeting. The HOA meeting was a storm. The Oak Ridge Community Center overflowed, 80 residents packed in. Tension thick. Sylvia stood at the podium, red shirt bright, and belly straining her black pants, her short blonde hair bouncing as she spoke. Caleb Thornton's filthy ranch poisons our lake. He's defied codes, endangered our children, crashed our property values. I sat in the back, calm. Nate recording. Mrs. Chin raised her hand. Sylvia, you fined our fence $400. Said it's your land. Our deed says it's ours. Where's the survey? Sylvia's smile twitched. Mrs. Chin, your fence violated codes. For safety. Mr. Patel stood. My driveway. $500. You took it? Show us proof. The crowd murmured, heads turning. Sylvia clicked to a photo of my barn ruins. Thornton's hazard proves his guilt. I stood, voice cutting through. Sylvia, you demolished my barn. No notice. Fake county order. Nate played a video. Drone footage he'd shot of the excavator. Sylvia watching, smug. The room gasped. She did that? Lying? Sylvia's face paled. Voice shrill. That's fabricated. Thornton's framing me. Emma stood, holding fines. You fined my dad's mailbox. Sylvia. Said it's HOA land. Your survey's signed by a dead official. Explain. Sylvia slammed her remote. Screaming. This meeting's adjourned. She fled. Her red shirt a blur. Residents shouting after her. I stayed, letting their anger simmer. Nate whispered. She's unraveling. Next morning, I found my gate spray painted. Polluter. In green. My cameras caught it. 2 hours. AM, Sylvia's SUV nearby. I saved the footage. Called Clara. Got her vandalizing. Clear shot. Clara was thrilled. Felony? Caleb. Criminal mischief. Trespassing. Send it to the sheriff. County surveyor's coming tomorrow. We'll crush her maps. At the feed store. Whispers followed me. That's the polluter. A clerk muttered. Refusing my credit. Sylvia's lies were spreading. Emma texted. Patel's got a $600 fine for his gazebo. Ready to testify. Meet at Nate's. I arrived to find the Chins. Patel's. And Mrs. Rodriguez. Fines stacked high. Mrs. Rodriguez, furious, held a $700 fine for her unauthorized shed. It's my land. Sylvia took my backyard. I collected their papers, promising justice. Clara's building a case. Fraud. Extortion. Nate pulled up a file. OA Cloud. Weak password. Found a contract. Carver Enterprises to Horizon Group. $200,000 for your ranch. Once it's common area. Sylvia's selling your land. My blood boiled. She's not just fining. She's stealing. And Clara called. Voice electric. Caleb. Carver's Sylvia's front. $80,000 siphoned from HOA funds. Disguised as maintenance. Horizon paid her $90,000 for your ranch. Bank records prove it. Your 2010 county contract. You're authorized for valve access. Lake's hers to lose. I stood by my paddock, hand on a cow's flank. Sylvia's gala. Investors. I'm draining it. Clara's tone hardened. Do it legally. Caleb. I found Oak Ridge's lake has no permits. Sylvia's dumping waste. Expose it at the gala. She's done. Get more fines. We're close. I checked my badge. And valve access intact. Sylvia's lies. Her paint, her fake fines. Crumbling. But desperate people strike hard. And I knew her next move would be vicious. My cameras hummed, ready for war. I stood in my paddock, coffee mug cold in my hands. The Texas sun rising over Thornton Acres. The ruins of my barn, a jagged scar on my 12-acre ranch, mocked me. Sylvia Harrington's fake fines, forged surveys, and spray-painted. Polluter. On my gate were her weapons to erase me. Her smug face, short blonde hair bouncing. Red shirt stretched over her chubby frame and bulging belly, fueled my resolve. With Nate's valve access tip, Emma's HOA leaks. Clara Holt's legal muscle. and neighbors' fines. I was closing in. Sylvia thought she could steal my land for her $200,000 deal. She didn't know I could sink her lake and her lies. I called Clara, my lawyer, as I checked my cattle. Clara, Sylvia's called another HOA meeting. Says I'm endangering Oak Ridge. Her vandalism's on tape, and Emma's got her selling my ranch. What's our play? Clara's voice was fierce, steady. She's desperate. Caleb, the vandalism's a felony, criminal mischief, trespassing. Her $3,000 fine's fake. Fraud. That Horizon contract? Conspiracy. We've got her. Bring Emma's gate video tonight. Sylvia painting at 2 hours a.m. We'll gut her at the meeting. I saved the video. Heart pounding. She's losing grip. Clara, what's next? Clara's tone hardened. She'll play victim. Rally the crowd. Her lake's unpermitted. Waste dumping's illegal. I'm meeting the DA tomorrow. Racketeering's in play. Bring the Chin's fines. Your deed. We'll bury her. My phone buzzed. Emma texting. Sylvia's posted again. Calls your ranch a health crisis. Rodriguez got a $800 fine for her mailbox. Ready to talk? Meet at Nate's? I headed over. Coffee sloshing. Nate's garage was a war room. Tools and papers everywhere. Mrs. Rodriguez sat, eyes blazing, holding a fine. Sylvia took my mailbox. $800. Said it's HOA land. My deed says it's mine. Mr. Chen added, voice tight. Our fence. $400. She stole our garden. Her surveyor was a kid. I took their papers. Gut twisting. She's robbed us all, hasn't she? Emma nodded, pulling up Sylvia's post. My cattle pictured, captioned, Oak Ridge poisoned. Thornton's ranch breeds disease. Comments raged. Evict him. Save our lake. Emma showed an HOA email. To all residents. Emergency meeting tonight. Thornton's threat ends now. I forwarded it to Clara. Jaw clenched. She's whipping them up. Clara. To force me out. Clara replied quick. Defamation. Again. Every lie's evidence. Bring Nate's drone video. The Chin's fines. We'll flip her game. By noon, I was hauling water. And 50 miles round trip. My truck eating cash. Sylvia's well cut off starved my 20 cattle. My well failing. At the ruins, I found another sign. Toxic zone. Nailed to a beam. I snapped it. Sent it to Clara. Suspecting Sylvia's red-shirted shadow. My cameras hummed. Ready for more. I called Nate. Sylvia's signs keep popping up. Toxics now. Got more? Nate texted. HOA cloud leak. Sylvia's budget. $70,000 to Carver Enterprises. Her front. 4. Landscaping. No trees planted. Meet me. Bringing Patel. Mr. Patel arrived at Nate's. A $600 fine for his gazebo. Sylvia said it's HOA land. My deed says no. Her surveyor was a kid. No license. I took his papers. Promising action. Clara's on fraud. Extortion. We're close. The HOA meeting was a firestorm. The Oak Ridge Community Center overflowed. 90 residents crammed in. Anger crackling. Sylvia stood at the podium. Red shirt glaring. Belly straining her black pants. Blonde hair short and sharp. Caleb Thornton's ranch is a health crisis. His cattle poison our lake. Crash our home's value. Threaten our kids. I sat in the front. Calm. Nate recording. Mr. Chin raised his hand. Sylvia, you fined our fence $400. Said it's your land. Our deed says it's ours. Show the survey. Sylvia's smile faltered. Mr. Chin, your fence violated codes. For safety. Mrs. Rodriguez stood. My mailbox. Where July 100. You took my yard. Where's proof? The crowd roared. My garden. My driveway. Sylvia clicked to my gate. Polluter. Painted green. Thornton's vandalism proves his guilt. I stood, voice slicing through. Sylvia, you painted my gate. My cameras caught you. Nate played the video. Sylvia's SUV clear. Her red shirt visible. The room erupted. She did that? Lying to us? Sylvia's face drained. Voice shrill. That's fake. Thornton's framing me. Mr. Patel stood, holding a fine. You stole my gazebo. Sylvia, your survey's signed by a dead man. Explain. Sylvia slammed her remote, screaming, "This is sabotage." She fled, her red shirt a blur. Residents shouting. I stayed, letting their anger boil. Nate whispered, "She's done." Next morning, another 911 call. Deputy Luke Hayes arrived, exhausted. Sylvia says your cattle are disease vectors. Claims they're infecting the lake. Oh, I showed Luke my vet records. Healthy herd. Luke, here's new footage. I played Sylvia spraying my fence at 3 hours a.m. Red shirt bright. Luke's eyes widened. Her SUV. Clear as day. She's called 20 times this year. 12 about you. DA's charging her. Criminal mischief. Harassment. Luke took the video. Promising action. Keep documenting. Caleb. She's spiraling. By noon, County Surveyor Frank Cole arrived. Maps spread on my table. Your deed's solid. Caleb, 12 acres. No HOA control. Sylvia's maps stole 0.7 acres from 20 properties, all common area. Fraud, top to bottom. I showed Frank the fence video. Sylvia's paint glowing. Criminal tampering. Frank, you'll testify? Frank nodded. Every inch she stole. Clara called, voice blazing. Caleb, Carver's funneled $100,000 from HOA funds. Sylvia's pocket. Horizon paid $120,000 for your ranch. Bank records prove it. Your valve access? Current. Lake's hers to lose. DA's building racketeering. She's facing years. I stood by my barn's ruins. Hand on a beam. Sylvia's gala. Investors. I'm draining it. Clara's voice sharpened. Do it clean. Caleb. Oak Ridge's lake has no permits. Sylvia's dumping toxic waste. Expose it at the gala. She's finished. Get more fines. We're tight. At Nate's, the Chins, Patels, Rodriguez, and new neighbors, the Lopezes, brought fines. Mr. Lopez held a $900 fine for his illegal porch. My land. Sylvia took my yard. Emma pulled a new leak. Sylvia to Horizon. Thornton's resistance needs lawsuits. Pressure him out. Dated yesterday, with a fake survey attached. My ranch marked common area. I sent it to Clara. Voice hard. She's forging more. To force me out. Clara replied. Conspiracy. Felony. DA's warrants ready. She's toast. Next day. Luke brought news. Sylvia's charged. Vandalism. Trespassing. Fraud. False reports. Her 911 calls. 25 this year. 15 about you. DA's got racketeering. Thanks to you. I handed over the survey leak. Sylvia's fake map clear. Luke grinned. She's cooked. Caleb, stay sharp. She's cornered. Emma texted. Sylvia's emailing. Says you're arming a militia. Photo of your cattle. Calls them biohazards. I laughed. Forwarding to Clara. She's recycling lies. But we've got her. Clara replied. Defamation. Again. Warrants issued. She's out of time. I stood by my paddock. Hand on my deed. Sylvia's scam. Her paint. Her lies. Collapsing. But desperate people lash out, and her gala loomed. My valve key waited. The valley mine. Ready for justice. My truck rattled down the county road. Dust swirling behind me as I hauled another load of water for my cattle. I pulled into Nate's garage. My thermos empty. Nate, Sylvia's gala's in 3 days. Investors, big shots. Her latest email calls me a domestic terrorist. We've got her vandalism. Fake surveys. What's next? Nate grinned, wiping grease from his hands. She's panicking. Caleb, that email's desperate. More slander. Got a new leak. HOA minutes. Sylvia's pushing to seize your ranch as hazardous. Meet Emma. She's got more. Emma Ruiz arrived, clutching a tablet. Sylvia fined my mom's porch $900 and said it's HOA land. I hacked their cloud again. Found a video. Sylvia faking a harassment clip. Your voice saying leave or pay. My jaw tightened. She's forging my voice now? Emma nodded. And an email to Horizon Group. Thornton's land secured post-gala. She's selling your ranch. $250,000 to fund a strip mall. I sent the files to Clara. Heart racing. Clara. Sylvia's faking harassment, planning to seize my land. Her gala's my shot. I'm draining the lake. Clara's voice was steel. Do it clean. Caleb. The video's evidence tampering. Felony. Horizons wired her $150,000. Bank records. Confirm. Her lake's unpermitted. Waste dumping's toxic. Expose it at the gala. She's done. Bring Emma's video. More fines. DA's ready. By afternoon, I was back at the ranch, rigging tarp shelters for my 20 cattle. They're lowing a constant ache. Sylvia's cut off from the community well forced me to haul water daily. My savings draining faster than my truck's tank. At the feed store, a clerk sneered. No credit. Thornton. HOA says you're toxic. Sylvia's lies had turned neighbors cold. But not all. Mrs. Chin knocked on my door. Nervous. Holding a $500 fine for her illegal garden. Sylvia took our yard. Said it's hers. My deed says no. We're with you. Caleb. I took her papers. Promising. Clara's building fraud. Extortion. You're not alone. The HOA meeting was a war zone. The Oak Ridge Community Center brimmed, 100 residents packed in. Fury boiling. Sylvia stood at the podium, red shirt glaring, belly straining her black pants, blonde hair sharp. Caleb Thornton's ranch is a terrorist threat. His cattle poison our lake, crash our values, endanger our future. I sat in the front, steady. Emma recording. Mr. Patel raised his hand. Sylvia, you fined my gazebo $600. Said it's HOA land. My deed says it's mine. Show proof. Sylvia's smile wavered. Mr. Patel, your gazebo violated codes. For safety. Mrs. Rodriguez stood. My shed. $900. You stole my backyard. Where's the survey? The crowd roared. My fence. My porch. Sylvia clicked to my ranch. Toxic zone. Signs posted. Thornton's sabotage proves his guilt. I stood, voice cutting through. Sylvia, you posted those signs. My cameras caught you. Emma played the gate video. Sylvia's red shirt clear, paint can in hand. The room exploded. She's lying? To us? Sylvia's face paled, voice shrill. That's fake. Thornton's framing me. Mrs. Chin stood, holding a fine. You took our garden. Sylvia, your survey's signed by a dead official. Explain. Sylvia screamed. This is a setup. She fled, her red shirt vanishing, residents shouting. I stayed. Their anger, my fuel. Emma whispered. She's cracking. Next day, another 911 call. Deputy Luke Hayes arrived. Weary. Sylvia says your ranch is a bioweapons site. Claims she saw chemical barrels. I showed Luke my water tanks. She's desperate. Luke. New footage. I played Sylvia spraying my barn ruins at 4 hours a.m. Red shirt bright. Luke shook his head. Her SUV. Again. She's called 30 times this year. 18. About you. DA's. Charging her. Vandalism. Fraud. Racketeering. Luke took the video. Grinning. Your lawyer's a beast. Caleb. Stay sharp. She's cornered. Frank Cole, the surveyor, stopped by. Map spread. Sylvia's stolen 0.9 acres across Oak Ridge. 25 properties. All common area. Your ranch lost 15 feet. Chen's 12. Patel's 10. Fraud. Start to finish. I showed Frank the ruins video. Sylvia's paint glowing. Criminal tampering. Frank, you in? Frank nodded. I'll swear to every inch. Clara called. Voice electric. Caleb. Sylvia's fake harassment video? Voice modulation sloppy. We traced it. Horizons paid $180,000. Her bank's offshore. Lakes dumping logs show toxins. Unpermitted. DA's arresting. Post-gala. Racketeering. Forgery. Environmental violations. I stood in my paddock. Hand on a cow. Gala's in 2 days. I'm draining it. Exposing her waste. Clara's voice sharpened. Legal. Caleb. Injunctions filed. No land sales. Get more fines. We're tight. At Emma's, the Chins. Patel's. Rodriguez. And Lopez's piled fines high. Mr. Lopez held a $1,000 fine for his unauthorized deck. My land. Sylvia took my yard. Emma pulled a new email. Sylvia to Horizon. Thornton's removal imminent. Gala seals deal. Dated yesterday. With a fake deed. My ranch marked. Sold. I sent it to Clara. Voice hard. She's forging deeds now. To steal my land. Clara replied. Wire fraud? Felony? DA's warrants locked. She's out of moves. Next day. Luke brought news. Sylvia's charged. Vandalism. Trespassing. Fraud. False reports. Tampering. Her 911 calls. 35 this year. 20 about you. DA's got racketeering. Your evidence sealed it. I handed over the fake deed. Sylvia's lies clear. Luke grinned. She's done. Caleb. Gala's her last stand. Emma texted. Sylvia's emailing. Says you're planning sabotage. Photo of your truck. Calls it a bomb vehicle. I laughed. Forwarding to Clara. She's grasping. But we've got her. Clara replied. Defamation. Again. Warrants ready. Gala's her end. I sat in my truck. Valve key heavy in my pocket. Sylvia's scam, her paint, her lies. Collapsing. Her gala loomed. Investors blind to her crimes. My cameras hummed. Ready to drain her lake and her world. I sat in Nate's garage. His tools clinking as he worked. Nate. The gala's tonight. Investors. DA's ready. Sylvia's fake harassment video. Her toxic dumping. We've got her. What's the final move? Nate grinned, wiping grease off his hands. Drain it clean. Caleb. Her lake's a cesspool. Literally. Emma's got new dirt. Sylvia's emailing threats. Says you're plotting violence. Meet her. She's got more. Emma rushed in. Tablet glowing. Sylvia fined my dad's shed $1,200. Called it HOA land. Found a new leak. And her to Horizon. Thornton's land secured post-gala. $300,000. She's bribing county officials. Emails prove it. My blood boiled. She's buying the county now? Emma nodded. And her fake video. Your voice saying pay or burn? It's edited from a cattle auction. I traced the audio. I sent the files to Clara. Heart steady. Clara. Sylvia's bribing officials. Faking my voice. Gala's in ours. I'm draining the lake. Exposing her waste. Clara's voice was fierce. Legal. Caleb. Videos tampering. Felony. Bribes. Wire fraud. Racketeering. Lake's toxins are confirmed. Unpermitted. Drain it at the gala. DA's arresting her tonight. Bring Emma's video. Fines. We're done. The gala was a spectacle. Oakridge's lake glittered under string lights. 200 investors and elites sipping champagne. Sylvia strutted, red shirt bright, belly straining her black pants, blonde hair sharp, and schmoozing millionaires. I watched from the shadows, valve key ready, Nate by my side. At 7 hours p.m., as Sylvia toasted Oakridge's future, I turned the valve clockwise. Water gurgled, 50 million gallons draining. Toxins rising. By 7 hours 30, the lake dropped. Muddy banks exposed. A foul stench hitting the crowd. Guests murmured, pointing. What's that smell? Sylvia's smile froze, her eyes darting to the shrinking lake. By 8 o'clock, pipes and sludge surfaced. Toxic waste clear. Investors gagged, fleeing. Cameras flashing. Sylvia screamed, "Fix it!" But pumps failed. My valve unstoppable. I stepped forward, and voice calm. "Sylvia, you dumped waste here. No permits. My valve's legal. County authorized." Her face twisted. Red shirt a beacon. "You're dead, Thornton." But deputies swarmed, cuffs snapping on her wrists. DA Sarah Ruiz leading the charge. The courthouse was packed. Reporters crowding the steps. I walked through. Emma, Chins, Patels, Rodriguez behind me. Sylvia sat at the defendant's table. Red shirt swapped for a gray suit. Her chubby frame slumped, eyes hollow. Her lawyer, nervous, shuffled papers. Sarah opened, voice commanding. Sylvia Harrington ran a criminal enterprise, forging documents, stealing land, dumping toxins. She demolished Caleb Thornton's barn, framed him, to seize his ranch for $300,000. Her lies end here. Sarah played Emma's gate video. Sylvia's red shirt clear, painting, polluter. Jury gasped at her fake harassment clip. My voice doctored. Emails to Horizon flashed. Bribes to officials. Toxic dumping logs. Forged surveys signed by a dead man. Sarah held my deed. Thornton's ranch is his. Sylvia stole from Oak Ridge, poisoned their lake. Sylvia's lawyer argued. Voice weak. Miss Harrington protected property values. Misled by contractors. But the jury scowled at Sylvia's 911 calls. Bio. Weapons. Militia. Laughter rippling. Emma testified. Voice firm. I recorded Sylvia vandalizing Caleb's gate. She fined my mom's porch $900. Stole our land. Her maps took 10 feet. Thousands from our HOA. Mrs. Chen followed. Sylvia fined our garden $500. Took our yard. Caleb showed her lies. Mr. Patel added. My gazebo. $600. My driveway gone. Her surveys were fake. Mrs. Rodriguez. Fierce. Held a fine. My shed. $900. My backyard stolen. Caleb fought for us. I took the stand. Voice steady. I built my barn. My ranch. With my hands. Sylvia demolished it. Forged fines. Faked videos to steal my land. Dumped toxins in her lake. This isn't about cattle. It's about greed, lies, theft. Sylvia's lawyer cross-examined. Mr. Thornton, didn't you defy HOA codes? I met his gaze. My ranch isn't theirs. Sylvia forged deeds, poisoned Oak Ridge. Evidence proves it. The jury's eyes burned. Sylvia whispered to her lawyer, shaking, her defense dust. Sarah's closing was brutal. Sylvia didn't protect Oak Ridge. She plundered it. Stole land. $100,000 in HOA funds. Poisoned a lake. When Caleb fought, she escalated. With vandalism, lies, toxins. Hold her accountable. Sylvia's lawyer pleaded. Errors. Not crimes. She cared too much. The jury wasn't moved. Deliberation took an hour. The foreman stood. Guilty. All counts. The courtroom roared. Residents cheering. Hugging. Sylvia collapsed. Face blank. Charges. Read. Wire fraud. Racketeering. Vandalism. Trespassing. Tampering. Environmental violations. Fraud. False reports. Sentencing loomed. Her empire gone. Outside. Neighbors swarmed me. Emma grabbed my hand. You saved us. Caleb. Mrs. Chen hugged me. My garden's mine. No fines. Mrs. Rodriguez smiled. You kept our homes. I shook my head. Your fines? Your fight? That's the win. Clara joined us. Grinning. DA's seizing Sylvia's assets. her house included. She owes $500,000 in fines. Split among Oak Ridge. Carver Enterprises is shut. Horizons indicted. $2.5 million fine for lake violations. I rebuilt my barn. Stronger. My herd back to 40. Grazing where Sylvia's lake once stood. Now a lush pasture. Nate stopped by, beer in hand. Sylvia called 35 times. Drove us nuts. Now? Kids play. No fines. You did it. I clinked his bottle. We did it. A letter came. Texas Environmental Board. Thanking me for exposing Oak Ridge's toxins, offering a conservation grant. I bought Sylvia's house. Dirt cheap. Her palace my ranch office. A sign out front. Thornton Acres, Justice 1. I hosted a barbecue. Emma brought tamales. Chins grilled. Kids ran free. No rulers measuring yards. Mr. Patel raised a glass. To Caleb, no HOAs. Laughter echoed. My herd lowing soft. I stepped back, watching. My barn. Oak beams gleaming. Stood proud. My pasture, once a toxic lake, thrived. Sylvia's lies. Her paint. Her red shirt. All gone. She'd seen my ranch as a threat. My barn as defiance. But it was about truth. Family. Fighting back. A reporter called. Mr. Thornton. Sylvia claims she was framed. Comment? I smiled. The jury saw the truth. Justice spoke. That's enough. I walked my land. And hand on my deed. A package arrived. No address. A spray can. Green paint. Sylvia's initials scratched in. A note. You won't need this. Thornton. I laughed. Tossed it in the barn. A relic of her fall. My ranch glowed under the stars. Neighbors waved. Free. Sylvia. Oak Ridge's queen. Was a cautionary tale. In a cell, she learned, you can't steal from a man who holds the valve, or a community that stands tall. Thanks for riding along with Caleb's epic takedown of Sylvia's HOA empire. Your support keeps these stories kicking. If this saga fired you up, hit that like button. It means the world. Drop a comment below. What's the wildest HOA stunt you've seen? Share your tales. We'll catch you next time for more battles of justice and neighbors fighting back. Until then, keep your ranch free and stay awesome.